Hello, everybody. Tracy Hackler from Roadshow Cards, and we are back. It's been a long time since we've come to you with a podcast this star-studded, but we are back. It's been a month or so. It's been crazy. We'll get to that. Let's go around the horn real quick. Trey Huntsman, Kentucky Roadshow, Lexington, Kentucky. Kevin Kulikowski, New York Roadshow, Bronxville, New York. I'm going to scissor you back there. Cody Krim, Texas Roadshow, Mansfield, Texas, and that card wall is magnificent behind you, by the way. And then last but certainly not least, the two similar-looking siblings on the bottom right and center. Justin Ryan Channels, California Roadshow, coming soon to Sonoma, California, and the California Roadshow. Gentlemen, how have you been?
Yeah, great.
But everybody jump in at once.
Everybody at once.
Yeah, just amazing.
Chilling.
So
a lot's happened since. Oh, Cody, go ahead.
Oh, we got breaking news already? Holy cow.
For one, I can now get mail, which is nice.
Okay.
I've been open for almost 6 months to finally be
They
able
made
to
a movie about that.
mail.
You've got mail.
I have been apologized from the one and only Kevin Kulikowski on my body armor.
I
and he is
did.
now on the body armor train.
I am on. At first, I thought body armor was for the pores, and now I am fully on board. Body armor is delicious. So
It tastes
I texted
Sun.
Cody to apologize.
Capri Sun.
I will say,
And look, Cody, I'm not gonna lie. I went all in too. I was in Costco. They had like a 24-pack of body armors, and I was just like, I need something that's not water to drink. I might as well just make the plunge. And so I went all in, committed to 24 body armors, and they're catching bodies. They're delicious.
They're
Well,
saving
I thought
bodies with all that armor. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't they supposed to protect the body though? With
Yeah.
the armor?
I guess.
I'm kind of confused, but I'm not up on my rap lingo either, so I don't know what any of that means.
also breaking news, not sure y'all saw, but James Wiseman to the G League. Ugh.
Yeah, he's a bum, and the Warriors are overrated.
Hey.
He's coming in hot.
He's the next Draymond Green.
We're what, 11 games into the season?
So he's the next DPOY 4-time champion. I'll take it.
Damn, that one backfired.
Okay,
He's the next teammate face and averaged 2 points a game.
Hey, look, we've got a whole season to bash the Warriors.
Sorry, go ahead.
So let's the matter at hand, it's been a while since we've come to you with the Roadshow Roundup. And for those who don't know, who might be tuning in or listening for the first time, the Roadshow Roundup is the show, the podcast that brings you up to speed on everything going on with really the first coast-to-coast franchise of trading card shops in the world. And we come to you, talk about shop updates, hot products, trends affecting the industry. We have a holiday shopping season coming up, and we're clearly keeping Trey awake. He's because of the holiday hours he's so tired.
I'm just grinding.
Let's go around the horn for Trey, Kevin, and Cody and talk about the overall vibe in the shop over the last 6 weeks or so.
I mean, the vibes have been immaculate. They've been great around the shop. This will be our third holiday season coming up, so trying to get ready to go for that. I think it's probably going to be our biggest one that we've had. Just a lot of really cool things I know we've talked about as a group to prepare for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, all that fun stuff. So we're getting ready for that, but it's been a crazy month around here. We have, I know, one signing coming up in I think a week or so with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's going to be a free signing for people just to come in and hang out. But it's been good. It's been nice.
Love it,
Maverick,
Kev.
great.
Maverick, great. And fellow stutterer, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
It's going to go to his foundation, I believe.
I love it. I love it. It's awesome. Kevin, before Cody and Kevin go, and this applies to Trey too, and the channels, as we start getting more mature in our existence in the shops, and we get the daily updates on how things are going, and the numbers seem to be really strong, and they seem to be trending in the right direction. So I want to know if Kevin and Cody are kind of going to echo that in their updates of their shop stuff. Kevin, you go first.
Yeah, definitely. It's good.
That's it. Like you're a podcast guy, and you give me one more answers.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Everything's going good. Cool. All right, next question. No, it's been really good. I think it's funny because anybody in the industry who I talk to, when you start talking about shop life and asking like, oh, what's moving, what's not, right? Like, people are absolutely shocked when I tell them that baseball is by far our best seller across the board, right? Like it's insane. Every low end baseball product that comes out, like I can't keep on the shelves, and we order more and then can't keep that on the shelves. So baseball's been huge. We actually just as this week really have started to see that first flurry of folks come in looking for Christmas gifts. And so, the Pokemon collectors boxes and all that stuff, those are starting to pick up. And everything, people are excited about releases. People are bummed that the late November, December release schedule is very bare. But
no Panini products until first week of December, I don't think.
Yeah, it's wild. And then we still need to figure out what's going on with our Upper Deck stuff. Upper Deck, if you're listening, hockey came out. We need some new hockeys. But we had Jimmy in the shop last week. We had a trade day / trade night that was an overwhelming success. It's sort of my favorite thing, during that day, that weekend, was when you see like 12, 13, 14-year-olds just like conducting themselves like straight businessmen, right? Like negotiating trades amongst themselves. And me thinking like, was I anywhere like that at age 14? And the answer was definitely no. But the other cool thing was having parents there sort of, hanging out throughout the day. And, in talking to the parents, just them being like, this is the kind of like real life experience that like they don't learn in schools, and like the social interactions and like negotiating skills and stuff like that. So for us in our shop, especially with that we're so child heavy as far as our customer base, with the school being right there, I think it's awesome that parents are starting to get involved with it as well. And parents are coming into the shop and showing more interest. It's definitely super cool. So I would say great successful weekend with Jimmy here. Jimmy also had just an incredibly lucky string of boxes. He pulled just a ton of absolute heat. And yeah, I mean, excited for the holiday coming up, and moving some units.
Moving units, Cody. A lot of units have been moved out of Texas. Would you kind of echo? I mean, the last month, speaking of our founder, Jimmy Mahan, he's been to both New York and Texas in the last month.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a crazy last few weeks. I think it really all started from the Dallas show, which we haven't had a chance to talk about.
Oh, dang. I didn't even talk about that. Yeah.
Kev came down for that. The channels came down for that. Tracy drove a few minutes from his house for it. And it was a good time. I think, we can get into more of the Dallas show after we go around the shops. But really, for me, that really, for whatever reason, seemed to springboard us into a busy last couple weeks. Since then, we had a lady come in and buy an entire sealed case at full retail of 1-in-1, and our regulars have been seemingly coming in almost every day instead of every other day. As it gets closer to the holidays and they start spending more time off work, they spend it here and just hang out, which is always fun. And I always tell them, like, you don't have don't feel obligated to buy anything. You can just come in and hang out and talk sports and, I don't know, watch TV or whatever. Because I always feel like sometimes like the regulars feel like they're obligated to buy something, and I'm like, no, like we're legitimately friends. You don't have to buy anything if you want.
Well, that's the beauty of the Roadshow model too, and I'm sure other shops are like that. But I mean, I've watched people in Cody's shop come and spend like 90 minutes at the bargain boxes and walk out with like a $2 spend. And it's still cool that they're welcome. They can come hang out, talk. And so, yeah, that's really fun to watch. But no, you don't have to buy if you don't want to. We'll be here again tomorrow.
Absolutely. And then the last thing is kind of like Trey getting ready for our big Black Friday push. I think Black Friday is going to be hopefully big in the shop. So hopefully that's a big weekend for us. And I didn't know it was Small Business Saturday until about 3 minutes ago when Trey said it. But hopefully that brings in some business. I'll also say something new here is that the first business in our shopping center. So we had been the only business open for the last since June 13th, however long that's been. I guess 4.5, 5 months, something like that. The first other business within our shop opened last week. We had another business open up this week. So we've had 2 other businesses in our shopping center open up, and Tracy can tell you our parking lot has been pretty filled up the past couple of weeks. So we're to Kev's point of kids that he has a lot of kids that come in. We've had a lot of father and sons that come in because it's I don't know how I would describe uptown cheapskate for the people that don't know Tracy, but I guess like a more fancier Plato's Closet. I don't know if that's a national brand either, but
I don't think so.
It's like a upscale secondhand clothing store.
It's a thrift store.
Yeah, but it's like an upscale. Like they're very picky on what they buy and sell. Also.
More selective. The kids
Got
dig it, and they are packed. If we get like 2 or 3% of their customers to be Roadshow customers, we'll be in a really good spot.
Well, yeah, and like what normally happens is it'll be a family of 4, and the mom and daughter or whatever will be in the clothing store, and the father and son will come down and buy Pokemon. And actually, we got a pretty big Pokemon regular from that's come in a few times a week now. So
that's so great.
It's nice to see all that happening, and we're hoping to have the restaurant, the Oyster Sports Bar, open on the corner hopefully by end of the year. Their target date is December 1. So
is it a channel's December 1 or is it like an actual December 1?
Well, permits are a lot easier in Texas than California from what I'm finding out. So
true. That's a good point. The channels, I mean, what are we doing? Like we get the progress rolling, we get cool videos like pictures and stuff, and then it's like stop. Nothing else. No more updates, nothing. I mean, what in the actual is going on?
Shoot. Rye, you want to go for it or you want me to get it?
I'll just put him on the spot, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So it seems to be one of those things where every time we take 2 steps forward, we take 1 back. So it's been every single bit of progress is met with some sort of delay. But it is moving forward. And I mean, Justin, if you want to tell, Justin had a nice phone call with the contractor yesterday, which kind of lifted our spirits. But that's just kind of how it goes. And then I'm sure today we'll have something that's like, oh, wait, we have to. So.
So basically we had our permits approved, I think like the second week of October. We got like all the work on the back wall done, and we're getting ready to work on the interior. And then the permit expired because it's only good for like 8 months or so after you file for it. We filed in February, so then October comes around and it expires. And then we needed to re-up the permit, just get it going again. So then that takes 2.5 weeks for it to get approved, and then we need to have a nailing inspection for the structure of the wall that we built in the back, which takes another 2 weeks, and then we have our guys coming out saying, "Oh yeah, this was when we were in Dallas. Oh, we're gonna start work on the interior while you guys are gone," and then scheduling happens. It's like, oh, we're gonna have to push it to next Tuesday, and then that was yesterday. Tuesday comes around, and then they don't show up to the property, and then I got to make some phone calls saying, where are my guys, and then more stuff happens. I guess one of our contractors threw out his back, I guess, and then it's things just keep piling on top of each other. But he reassured us saying that we have appointments with the security guy. We've got appointments with our electrician, with our tile and flooring expert, to get all these things working. And so hopefully everything's all been scheduled for Thursday or tomorrow. So to get everything back and running tomorrow. But again, as Ryan said, man, we're super excited. I mean, the anticipation is at an all-time high, but we just need to see the progress. I need to start seeing some progress. That was basically the title of our conversation we had yesterday, because this is all great. You can have the appointments and all that stuff, but you need to start executing. It's the middle of November now, and we were told in October that we would be open in December. So I keep holding them to that. I say, but you guys said we would be open in December. You said that we would do this, So hopefully they kick it into gear here pretty soon. But yeah, that's where we're at. So it's kind of like we're just waiting for those results. Everything still seems to be in place. The San Francisco show this last weekend was great. That was big shout out to Trey for helping us out with that one as well. But yeah, I would say the overall anticipation from the community is getting there too. It's like, guys, where's the progress at this point? It's tough because we're being pulled in so many different directions, but we just want to get this thing open.
What's coming, and the progress will happen quick once it starts, as everybody here can attest. And you guys are still, when you're not in a brick and mortar shop just yet, you are breaking on the reg, as they say, and pulling heaters. So if you want to spend time with the California guys, but you can't go into their Sonoma shop yet, you can find them on, I believe, Loop the app. Is that right, gentlemen?
Yep, that's correct.
Loop the app, Tuesday through Saturday, about noon to 1 to 8 to 9, depending on the day. So
Monday's open mic night.
Yeah.
Ladies drink free.
We have a poetry reading nights as well. So
speaking of breaking,
yeah,
November 30th, baby.
Big. We're breaking out the Roadshow road trip really on November 30th. We're gonna go around the country Roadshow style with some live IG breaks. So stay tuned. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interactive, and you're gonna not want to miss it. And speaking of things you're not gonna want to miss, Cody mentioned it earlier. Kev was there. The channels were there. Trey, I don't think's been to one yet, but the Dallas show continues to impress. And this most recent one a few weeks back was the first time that we finally were able to get Roadshow a table or tables at the show. We've wanted that for a while. For any number of reasons, we couldn't get it done, but we finally got it done. We're locked in now. And Cody, kind of talk about, you mentioned it earlier, the residual effect of being at that show and what it's meant to your customer base.
Yeah, I mean, for one, I mean, me and Chase talked about this Thursday night, which is really setup night, into halfway through Friday morning, we'll say, and this is not an exaggeration, as busy as a lot of time at the National. Now, there were times at the National where there were people lined up to get to our booth. So obviously the National's the National, but to be quite honest, I was not worried, but concerned and interested about how well the show was going to be with how the market currently is and really how the economy across the world is currently. But man, it didn't seem to really hanker any spending habits. We had people come up and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Kevin.
Yeah. And I mean, it was in my opinion, the Dallas show outside of the National, the best show, hands down, not even close. Now, I know the channels may disagree because I heard the channels at one point say, I don't really like it, just seems like a show. No, I, to be quite honest, was shocked. Like, I go into the National knowing how busy it's going to be, right? I went into Dallas not expecting how busy it was going to be.
Cody's right, by the way. Like, the fact that the Dallas show is so phenomenal every month is absolutely ridiculous. It's bonkers. It defies logic. At a time when shows were on the way out, and certainly regional shows were on the way out, COVID hits, locks down the country, Texas opens back up, and that Dallas Card Show. And dude, I bet every one has been a roaring success. And
yeah, and I mean, look at how long it took us to get in, right? Like,
yeah,
and to be quite honest, a big part of why we got in is because we're Roadshow, right? Like, we have a pretty decent sized brand. Not to be cocky or conceited about our Roadshow brand, but people know who Roadshow is. And it took us, I mean, Tracy, we've been trying to get in that show since June. So,
like the Dallas show, to Cody's point, outside the National might be the only other show where we have a booth there, but it could be a Roadshow Cards, all of us booth, as opposed to just a regional Texas Roadshow booth, because the crowds are from all over. So it helps all of us.
Yeah. And to just, obviously won't get into number specific, but we, at least my shop, did right at half of what we do at the National in sales. So it's obviously not the National, right? Like, I'm never going, I mean, I think it's 600 or 700 tables compared to thousands of tables at the National. Like, it's not the same, but at the same time, it's like this show's every other month, and every other month it continues to be the best card show outside of the National. Unless
it's also half the time though, because the National is the full day Wednesday, the full day Thursday. Like,
even on Tuesday we were selling stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, not to get into the weeds on the National, but I'm going to be pushing for maybe even going in on Monday at this point, just because of how much I look back and we sold on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, that is an interesting point too. Thursday and Friday were definitely the busier days. We were not, and to be quite honest, we sold so much inventory, we didn't have a ton to fill our showcases back up with as far as quality, $100 to $1,000 cards, right? We kind of ran out of those after the first couple of days, so maybe that was part of it. But
Sunday at the Dallas card show though, historically, like, that's the travel day, right?
Yeah,
like
Sunday,
Yeah.
Sunday was definitely slow. Kevin, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I thought Saturday was noticeably slower than Friday.
I did. I mean,
I agree.
I agree. I think I did a lot of, the deals that I had lined up were transacted on Friday anyway. So sort of Saturday was my time to browse more so. But yeah, Friday seemed to be that, like, I think what happens with card shows now, right, is like, your serious buyers, nobody wants to wait till the weekend to risk having cards be gone. So if the first actual day of the show is a Friday, they're trying to be there Friday to get what they need Friday, and then, use Saturday as a fallback option to a degree.
And real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to Chase and Austin, who always, this is actually, funny enough, this is actually Austin's first ever show. So funny enough, we just kind of threw him into the deep end on that. And then Chase is always a rock star. So he's
really weird. Chase is really weird, but he is a rock star.
I compared Chase's personality very similarly to Tracy's. Like, you never know what they're going to say or how they're going to react.
True.
You'll be in the shop and you'll just hear like random yelling from somewhere.
That's true. That is true. I'll give you that.
I'd like to take this time to give a shout out at the Dallas Card Show to me. I think I did real well too. So
you did a really good job.
That's all. Just good job, Kevin.
And Lewis too. Lewis
was all right. I mean,
made
Lewis.
the rare show appearance.
Yeah, that was Lewis's first show outside of the National, and he had fun. Learned a little bit under the Texas Roadshow's tutelage, and we got to see the Texas Roadshow shop for the first time in person. Which, man, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have not made the trip, they got a nice little shop going on right there. That card wall, until you see it in person, the photos and the backdrop don't do it justice, because that thing is just sprawling and massive. And I promise you can't just steal things off of it. So don't even try. It is not easy to
Kevin
try and
tried.
swipe a card. I tried like a bunch of different methods to try and test it out. And so security there is on lock. So
Channels,
can you screen record that and send it to Dubs?
Channels, did you guys go to the Texas shop when y'all were down there?
Unfortunately not.
No,
Have
they
y'all
tried
been to
to
Texas
get me to meet him up here on Monday, and I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, we tried. We certainly tried. So I've been there, but I haven't been there when they were open. So the last time I saw it was just a bunch of empty walls, and
gotcha.
y'all were putting in the bathroom the last time I was there.
In bigger news, Ryan made his first trip to a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I spent $6 on some beaver nuggets, ate three of them, and then tossed the bag away. They were
Dude,
terrible.
why didn't you give it to me? You're an idiot.
They were so
also, don't
bad.
say that. They're one of our sponsors.
Ryan, what do you hate more, the Dallas show or the Buc-ee's?
I hate Texas.
God,
Congrats on the announcement.
It doesn't shock me.
Last night.
Wait, tell them what you said about the side roads. Remember, we're driving.
Oh my gosh, dude! Trying to get the on ramps to the highway. Every highway has roads on the side of it, and then but to get off is
service roads.
Yeah, it's the smallest little on ramp. So if you miss it by 2 seconds, you're like, oh, it's.
You're no longer.
What about Whataburger?
Oh, trash.
You're no longer welcome in Texas, Ryan.
Bro, Whataburger. Wait, hold on, because we need to have
Ryan
this
has come on
Whataburger
the
conversation.
podcast and bashed the Dallas show, Whataburger, and Buc-ee's.
He just doesn't like
And your
freedom,
side roads.
apparently.
Right.
Wait, what are you comparing Whataburger to for your reaction?
Like
So-
In-N-Out.
Yeah, so everybody and their mother told me it was better than In-N-Out, and I'd never had it in my life, and I thought it was terrible.
You don't think Whataburger is better than In-N-Out?
No, Whataburger is better. They're both kind of mid, but Whataburger is definitely better.
If we're talking,
Ryan, don't come
burgers,
back here.
Shake Shack's the GOAT.
Don't come back here.
I like Shake. I like that Hot Ones burger a lot.
Bro, I'll take Five Guys over any of them though. Every
And
time.
then your wallet and your butt will feel it later.
Okay. Listen. Ryan, you can bash Texas on your own podcast, right? Not on this one. Listen, Trey.
Yeah, God bless America.
All of this, Trey. We say all of this to say you've got to get to a Texas show, Trey Huntsman.
Well, Ryan was really talking it up, so I'm really excited.
We gotta get. Hey, next time the next show's when, Cody, in February or what?
January 12th through the 15th.
Okay, perfect. Ryan,
I'll
you
see
stay
the reason
home.
why I couldn't be there.
All right.
Ryan, you stay home.
He's gonna be in New York.
Oh,
New York.
who is?
All right.
Trey?
Is
Yeah,
that when that's happening?
it's happening.
Disney's not in New
you're gonna
York.
be in- what? No, Trey is going to be working at the New York Roadshow for a couple of weeks while my wife has a baby.
Oh,
So,
nice job, Trey.
yeah.
I may come to New York during that time and keep you
Please
company.
do.
You should.
Ryan, you're not invited to that either.
You can watch the ball drop in Radio City, in Times Square. Wow, I'm from New
If the
York.
ball
It's
drops
wrong.
on Radio City.
December 27th right now is the due date. So right between Christmas and
We're
New
closed
For the ball drop or for your kid?
pretty much that entire week, anyways. So
Whichever one's dropping first.
That's like 9 or 10 years old, wasn't it?
Who?
When the what?
What?
What are we talking about?
Dubs
Hey,
would like to know how
boy.
the award-winning podcast is.
It's a lot
Tell
better.
him he would know if he listened to it. Sheesh.
Devin said he would.
Is it recording?
Yes, it is recording.
There's David Diamondstein right there. The rarely seen, seldom seen David Diamondstein. Hates the podcast.
Need a
by the
referee
way.
perspective on the fifth foul on Oscar.
No.
Yeah, wait, hold on. How is the temperature in Kentucky today over the fact that Kentucky lost to an unranked team yesterday?
I mean,
Like
it's
how are we feeling there?
You saw
it's
Jimmy
kinda
Pope.
They also lost to a Division II school in Vanderbilt last week too in football.
I was there for that one.
Trey sat out in the snow and the rain.
It snowed and rained for 3 hours, and I watched every snap of that
Oh.
Man.
and decided if I wanted to shoot off the back of Kroger Field.
Daniel's up with the Crows this morning.
Yeah. Up bright and early.
He hates Texas. Hey, Dubs. Ryan hates Texas.
Ryan hates Texas. We've decided that.
By the way, I loved Whataburger.
Thank you, Justin.
also-
You're welcome back.
I'm kidding. In-N-Out was way better.
Wow. Look
Hold
at
on. What,
no.
which one of you turncoats spent the night at my house?
Me.
Okay, you can come back, Ryan. You're not allowed back.
All right. Turn.
As a fellow native Texan, I agree.
No, you guys are actually all welcome anytime. Well, I'll change your mind, Ryan. I'll change your mind.
I disagree with all are welcome. I will not say that over here.
Trey,
Yeah,
Trey,
not in
we had-
Texas,
wait.
right?
We had
Trey,
hold on. We had lovely barbecue. Cody, what was the name of that barbecue place?
1050.
1050. Yep.
Yeah,
Did
that
you-
was,
did you not like
that
that
was
either?
delicious.
Ryan,
Go
did
ahead,
you not like
Ryan.
that either?
Say something bad about that, you little. Go ahead.
Oh no, we definitely can't say that.
This new segment is this or that. Okay. It's sponsored by Universal Pictures. Be sure to check out Violent Night when it hits theaters on December 2nd.
The first this or that is timely because of the World Cup, but it's also pretty indicative of this whole segment. Would you rather have this or that 2018 Kylian Mbappe Kaboom PSA 10 or 1933 Gaudy Ruth PSA 1?
Oh.
And those
Company
cards
value.
at the time of this podcast, they're within like $300 of each other on last comps.
What if you have both of those cards already?
That's cocky.
Which one do you like better then?
Yeah, which one would you pick if you had to pick
What
one?
would you rather keep? Yeah.
What 33 Gaudy Ruth? There's 4 of them.
Number 53. I would rather the Mbappe personally. It's considered his rookie card. PSA 10s in that set are super hard to get. I'm pretty sure the pop on that card is like under 50. And I mean, I don't know. I also don't really like vintage baseball cards. I appreciate them for what they're worth, but like they're not my cup of tea. And so I'd probably rather go with the Mbappe for me.
I would probably say if it's something I have to keep and I'm staying in my collection forever, the Mbappe. I would enjoy that card. I mean, he's the most fun, like top 3 favorite players for me to watch. Like I relate to that card a lot more because I mean, I'm also not a Yankees guy at all. Babe Ruth was whatever. I mean, he's, considered whatever, but
Babe Ruth was whatever.
he's whatever. But no, I mean, he's arguably the greatest baseball player of all time. But like, I'm not a Yankees fan. Any vintage stuff I have is tied to the Dodgers. And, I like PSG. I like Mbappe. And for modern soccer cards, that's going to be a top 5 transcendent card for the modern soccer card movement, which is kind of cool for me because like to get to be a part of it the last few years has been fun. And that would be a fun one to own.
I get where you guys are coming from, and I'm not even a baseball guy, but owning a Ruth, a 90-year-old Ruth, that it would just be something I would never have. I love Mbappe. I love what he means to not just the sport, but to the ever ascending hobby of soccer trading cards. But I'll find another Mbappe, and I'll take the 33 Ruth?
I think I'm with Tracy. I think I'm going to go with the Ruth. Just because I know what that's going to do long term. I don't know what the Mbappe is going to do long term as far as value is concerned. As far as the card itself, I really have a disdain for horizontal cards. I think they ruin displaying cards. And I will never understand why Panini makes great insert sets like On the Horizon or some kabooms that are horizontal. And I think that it's a huge mistake on their part. So I'm going to go with the Gaudy Ruth for all of those reasons.
All right, so we got 2-2. 2 votes Mbappe, 2 votes Babe Ruth.
Right,
We are heading
well,
to the channels.
This,
Oh, the
it all
Twins
comes
get
down
one
to whether
vote.
or not Ryan and I are on the same page.
Uh-oh.
Different book, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I've been thinking about it a lot, but I'll take the kaboom.
All right,
Really?
there we go. 3-2 kaboom.
Wait,
that's
we are not on the same page then. I'll take the Ruth.
All right, so we have a hung jury here.
No. Dubs is the referee,
Yeah,
dude.
Dubs,
is the
Dubs,
guy's vote.
I agree.
No, come
I
on.
agree. I agree. Dubs is
go.
the
Trey, get
tiebreaker.
Dubs on real quick. Dubs, we
Dubs
need you.
doesn't know what an Mbappe is.
You're on
Dubs, we
mute.
need
You're on
you.
mute.
You're back there. Corey's
Okay,
walking.
Dubs, we need you real quick, dude.
There you go.
Dubs. These two cards are of comparable value. Okay, you've got a 2018 Mbappe Kaboom card, PSA 10,
That's a rookie.
or a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth PSA 1.
That's also a
And
rookie.
we are now split 3-3. You're the deciding vote as our referee extraordinaire.
Which card would you rather own?
For me, I would probably rather take the Ruth.
Yes.
There we have it. Babe Ruth wins 4 votes to 3.
Stuck on that Justin Channels.
Dubs, thank you. I knew that you would be the voice of reason, as you always are. We want to thank Violet Knight as well for sponsoring this segment. Dude, this is an epic edition of the podcast. We got David Diamondstein appearing, his rookie appearance. Years from now, when people go back to find out, when was Dub's first
We
appearance?
need to make an
on the podcast?
NFT about this.
This is going to be a
His
trivia
rookie
question
NFT.
in like
Yeah.
5 years.
On
It
one
is.
Roadshow
We're going to be like,
episode.
when was David Diamondstein's first appearance? The one about
Now the question is, will he become a
2028 into
reoccurring
basketball.
guest?
And
Can
what
we
was
just
his
have
first
him on
appearance?
every this or that be the deciding
love it.
factor if we go to
I
a
think
tie?
that's a great idea. I think that's a great
Perfect.
idea. And I do love it's so
Depends
Dubs.
on the topic.
It's the most Dubs thing ever that the first question he asked was the value of the cards.
It's a valid question.
I know we have a busy business day ahead. You guys go move all the units. Have a great rest of your day and week. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We love you. We'll see you again. Boom. Hello, everybody. Tracy Hackler. I am joined now by a young man that I am honored to call a friend, a colleague, a partner in hobby goodness, Brody TK. Thanks for coming on the Roadshow Roundup.
For sure. I mean, it's Sir Hackler now, right? Mr.
It's-
Hall of Famer.
I guess because I know your parents and how they brought you up. You would obviously call me sir because I'm a lot older than you, but that's the only reason that you would ever call me sir. But we're here today, Brody, because Brody TK, not Brody the Kid.
Brody TK.
Yesterday was Brody the Kid. Today we're Brody TK. And you have long been a hobby ambassador for the younger collector, a voice for the younger collector. We at Roadshow obviously love what you've done for a long time, and we are kind of thrilled to be able to announce officially that we're kind of partnering up to work together to promote your stuff. You're going to promote our stuff. We're going to a lot of cross pollination, if you will, a lot of sharing of ideas and content. And so, thank you for for being one of our dudes.
For sure, I would do anything for you, Tracy. I'm super pumped about this. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot more details coming out soon. But my show, there you go. Hobby Life.
Hobby Life.
We've been doing it for about, I think, the first episode, I think, was about 2.5 years ago. We did some up to the national, then we took a little bit of break. We started talking to you and one of our other people we're going to be working with, Flex. Yeah, check that out. I would, because they're really awesome. We'll get into more detail about that, but they're going to be sending a lot of stuff for giveaways and stuff like that to help out as well. But we're going to be starting Hobby Life. We're going to be opening product. We're going to be doing interviews, not just in the hobby, but some other figures in the sports and stuff like that. We're going to have Hall of Famers like Sir Hackler on. We're going to be ripping, giving away some stuff. It's going to be awesome. And I'm super excited for like chapter 2 of Hobby Life.
No doubt. Dude, we're excited. We're excited too. As we all know, Jimmy Mahan, the Roadshow Cards founder, is one of his mantras in life is to just surround yourself with good people. And obviously, I've known you, Brody, and your mom and dad for quite a bit. You guys are obviously top-notch people, and I'm excited to partner with you kind of more in an official capacity, because we've been together on the Hobby Life show and other podcasts for a long time. So now to kind of make it more official is exciting, and we're gonna help provide the Hobby Life with some good hobby boxes to open and give away prizes to viewers. And you're gonna see Brody TK a lot on our stuff. You're probably gonna see me or Roadshow people a lot on the Hobby Life stuff. And yeah, you mentioned the NBA Flex group. Daryl McKay, a longtime friend of mine. Obviously, anybody who takes the time to get to know Brody TK and know what you've done, that those people want to work with you. And Daryl is right there. Has a really unique NBA Flex product that's going to be expanding soon to other sports, but look forward to in the future episodes to educate using your expertise, Brody TK, and your passion to go into hobby shops, a lot of roadshow shops, and kind of expose new collectors to what NBA Flex is all about, as well as all the other hobby wisdom that you spew on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Flex as well. Like you said, once we show it, it's gonna be like you're gonna go boom, like you gotta see it. And like you said, they're gonna be doing more sports too. They're doing a tournament this weekend.
Big money too, right?
Huh?
Big money to the winner, I think too.
Yeah, I mean, they take it seriously, but it's also a collector's item, so it's like really cool. So it's gonna be awesome. And yeah, I mean, going into the national, we were talking about this, and like Jimmy's name was like in my head. Like I remember him, like I knew it, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tracy. I knew you. I have known you for a while, but I was like scared. I'm like Tracy's boss, Jimmy. I was scared. I'm like, he's gonna be super serious. I'm gonna have to like answer all these tough questions. And I go up to him and he's like dying laughing over and over again with you and the Roadshow guys. I was like, okay, a lot of stress just went out the window.
Yeah, you never have to worry about that with Jimmy, man. He's the best. And anybody that ever asked me, look, why did you leave Panini? I'm like, go talk to Jimmy for 5 minutes and you tell me why I left Panini, right? It's like, he's so funny. He has a real zest for life, but also a real zest for this hobby. He's long been a collector. He was a collector long before he was a shop owner and founder of a franchise shop. So obviously is a big fan of what you do. And like I told your mom and dad, like when I brought up the idea of us kind of working together in a more formal capacity, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Like I didn't have to tell him who Brody TK was. He already knew it. And because he's a big fan of positivity in the hobby, and you've long been a spokesperson for hobby positivity, and so there's a lot of synergy that we're going to be able to do a lot of really good things for a lot of collectors together, and that's exciting.
Yeah, if you want to see that connection, watch. I think it was one of the last things I tweeted about the National. I think it might have been on my National recap show that I did with you and Jimmy, us three talking. We talked for like a minute and a half, and we were like dying laughing the entire time. It was like all we were doing. And Jimmy showed his Ty Washington 101, and it was like one of the funniest. It was like the second to last video I think I filmed with National, and it was just dying laughing the entire time.
Yeah, and you know what's funny about Jimmy too? Because I went back and watched that when you posted it. I went back and watched it a couple times, and the great thing about Jimmy is like I don't even have to talk. Like I was on the screen, but it was like, dude, just let Jimmy be Jimmy, and that's enough, right? Like that's the best kind of content you can get.
Yeah. That's for sure, yeah.
Well, dude, that's awesome. We're gonna have some fun together. We not that we haven't had a lot of fun together in the past, because we have.
We've had some fun, that's for sure.
I always love coming on the Hobby Life, and now I'm gonna love coming on even more because we're gonna be together. Like we're gonna be teammates, bro. Going forward, you're gonna be a regular guest on the Roadshow Roundup. We're gonna be regular promoters and partners on the Hobby Life, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I don't even know what else to say. I'm stoked. I'm excited,
dude. You don't have to say anything else. We're all stoked. We're gonna do it like only we can do it. And if the people don't watch it, check your pulse. Check the pulse. You got problems, is what I'm saying. If you don't want to watch what we're going to produce, shame on you.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right, well, Brody TK, thanks for coming on. Thanks for teaming up with us. I know we're excited to team up with you, and we'll see everybody else real soon.
Peace out.
Boo!